Hey, what's up YouTube? Balder here, and I am playing some more DCS World. I'm in the SU-25T, and this video is kind of a spur-of-the-moment video, believe it or not. Anyway, I'm having this radar lock onto me. That is not good. This is pretty much a video response that was brought up by a comment that I received today, so I decided, hey, why not make a video of it? Anyway, this guy told me not to use labels anymore. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. At the same time, I guess I'll show you how to SEAD. Suppress the enemy air defenses. So, yeah. For those of you saying that I'm cheating, no, I'm not. I'm just being very cheap. The reason why I'm being very cheap is that I don't need to see the enemy in order for me to lock onto them. If you're wondering what that annoying buzzing is, that's the RWR. Locking onto my aircraft. Or their radar locking onto my aircraft. The RWR picks that up. It shows me where it's coming from, what type of threat it is, and it'll tell me whether or not a SAM is being launched at me. Of course, it's only radar guided. It seems like the only plane in any of these games that actually tell you when a heat seeker is being fired is the A-10, and it seems like they haven't really mastered that technology yet, because when it comes to heat seeker, infrared missiles, or anything like that, it'll pick up friendly ones and consider them threats as well. But that's kind of something I'm digressing to, so I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, if you notice on the bottom right, there are several lights, and it's going from left to right. And if you notice on the HUD, there are several indications. Now, these guys are probably going to fire at me. I'm going to wait for them to fire at me. There we go. Rifle. Now I'm going to dive down, and I'm going to dispense some chaff. See, there we go. Alright, so an SA-8 has been destroyed. So yeah, all the SAMs are over there. When it comes to seeding, it is kind of a game of cat and mouse. The SAM is quite a bit better than you. Let's not try to bullshit ourselves on that. In fact, most of the air-to-air casualties I've noticed throughout history, and we're talking about Persian Gulf War, we're talking about, I think, Libya as well as Vietnam, even though there were quite a few air-to-air casualties from on the American side. Most of them have been as a result of SAMs, and for good reasons. They have very strong radars. I mean, you have giant vehicles dedicated to radars. In planes like these, you only have a small little dish in there. So they have a harder lock-on, and the missiles are a lot larger, so they have a longer range and they pack more explosives. That pretty much spells bad news for everyone, except for the person operating the SAM. In fact, over Bosnia, a SAM has been able to take out the F-117, which is a stealth bomber that the United States used to carry. I don't understand why they don't continue to use the F-117. It's a beautiful plane, I think. Alright, so let's continue towards the signal. Let's figure out who's going to fire on me. I'm going to assume it's this guy. The reason I'm waiting for them to fire is so that I can fire my missile, and they're not going to have enough time to respond. So I'll fire that off. Rifle. Dispense my chaff. And descend to insanely low altitudes. Basically, when it comes to SAMs, the lower the better. Alright, so we got rid of that SA-6. I'm going to go around again, and then I'm going to... Well, I'm pretty much going to do a 2-for-1 thing, actually. I'm going to fire both. The thing about SEAD weapons, or anti-radiation missiles, is that they are fire and forget. They beam ride the radar that is coming onto them. Now, there are two ways that a SAM can get rid of an anti-radiation missile. They can turn off their radar. I don't think that they can do that in DCS World. They can also try to shoot it down. Now, they could also get the fuck out of a SAM if a missile is coming towards them. That would be what I would do. But yeah, let's take both of them out. Since they're fire and forget, I don't really need to worry about them. Well, about the missile reaching the target, because I'm fairly sure that they're going to be destroyed after this, so we'll find out soon enough. Any minute now. It seems like the missile is still heading towards them. It'd be kind of interesting. Maybe I'm actually out of range of these SAMs, but my missiles are actually in range, I think. Okay, there we go. All the primary targets have been destroyed. You can press escape to end the mission. Oh, I think not. So, in the spirit of me not being cheap, I am actually going to see if I can track these guys down. The thing about this is that these SAMs are pretty damn useless when it comes to, you know, not being able to do anything against my plane, because I don't think they have any missiles, which I'm not exactly sure if that's entirely true, because I do believe that they have some type of tracking device, be it visual or something else, but it's definitely nowhere near as great as what you could expect to see in, well, something that has a, you know, supporting radar is kind of where I'm getting at. So, this is a primary issue when it comes down to trying to figure out where things are without labels. It's kind of difficult. They're small specks of dust. That's a bridge. Oh wait, do I see something? That's actually a tree. Of course, I could be looking in the wrong area. I should probably take a look and see where the smoke plumes are. That would be indication number 1 as to where things are, and yeah, that would be a good idea. It also doesn't help that contact air defar for 8 kilometers. Okay, let's go back there. See what we can scan. This is actually... Ah, I see something going on. It's a mid-range radar lock-on. I am not entirely certain Oh, I see the flames. So yeah, with that set in mind, I'm going to see if these guys are actually... if these SAMs are radar capable. The reason why I think that they might be radar capable is because those SAMs that I saw, these things, the SA-6s, are the same SAMs that shot down an F-16 over Bosnia. The reason why that's significant is because they had their own radar system, but it doesn't look like they have their own radar, does it? I don't know. It'd be worth figuring out, I think. At the very least. Come on, where are you, you little bitch? Come on, where are you? Yeah, as of right now, you can see why I tend to use labels. I mean, I'll be honest, when it comes down to this game, I don't see how people do it. I mean, I have done multiplayer and I have shot down enemy aircraft before, players of course. And what does that usually mean? You know, that means that I was able to get a radar lock on. That's the key though, it's a radar lock on, not a visual TV ground lock on, a radar lock on of beyond visual range combat. I don't know, not gonna boast about stories. So I'm gonna see if I can weasel this guy out. And it doesn't particularly help that it's 11 in the morning and I'm getting daylight into my window, and yeah. Excuses, excuses, excuses. This guy really likes hiding, I have to admit. Oh well. For the sake of not boring you guys to death, I am going to call it here. Anyway, like and favorite this, and if you like my videos, go ahead and subscribe. I will actually upload another video, a labelless A-10 mission. How about that? We can go ahead and do that, and maybe a labelless MiG-29 mission as well. The Over the Hump campaign is really fun, if you ask me. Of course, I will be only fighting F-5s. They're not the most advanced planes in the world. They're Vietnam era, but they're still fun to play with. They're still fun to dogfight with. And they're all around, you know. It's all around a fun campaign. Eventually you get to fight F-16s, then it becomes much harder, but either way, that's just going off topic. So, as I said before, like and favorite this, and if you want, feel free to subscribe. There are plenty more videos to come. Have a nice day.